Today, Cisco is announcing Cisco Videoscape, and Videoscape is both an experience and a solution Cisco is bringing to the market. And this is really about addressing what we've been seeing in the market as the explosion of infinite sources of content and the explosion of IP-enabled devices. And so we expect by 2014 that we're going to have 12 billion IP endpoints. And all this being great, one of the big problems that consumers are having is there's fragmentation setting in. The idea that content is exploding, but they got all these devices to manage. So what we're introducing with Cisco Videoscape is a way to do three things. One is to bring the consumer this infinite world of content that's pay TV, online content, on-demand content, bring it together as one integrated experience that can then be a personalized television experience to that consumer. Two, we're taking that personalized television experience and now delivering it across managed and unmanaged networks. And what that technical speak means in translation is that you can take your television with you now. It's no longer about only consuming your television experience in the living room, so the entirety of your television experience can travel with you. Third, we're introducing the personalized television experience that can now be delivered across managed and unmanaged devices. That means that the experience can be delivered either on a television, like the connected TV, through the set-top, or it can be delivered onto an Android-based platforms, the tablets and the smartphones, or the Apple ecosystem, or PCs and Macs. So in one sense, we are now bringing this infinite world of content to you as a personalized television experience and letting you consume it on the device of your choice and on the network of your choice. By 2014, we think that there are going to be 12 billion IP endpoints. These are devices like game consoles, connected TVs, PCs, tablets, and so forth that are going to proliferate the market. And that means that all of these devices are going to be video enabled. And that means that the television experience is no longer restricted just to the television. That means that the television experience can be delivered on all of these endpoints.
How is that different than a Sling box?
While we see some competitors enabling some of these functionalities, we think that what we are offering is the power of the cloud network and clients working together to deliver this seamlessly across multiple endpoints. Well, the big announcement today is the partnership between Cisco and service providers, right? And this is not Cisco doing this on their own. This is about Cisco enabling the service providers to enrich their pay TV service, their content that they bring out. And the big difference and why we think this is going to be more successful than what our competitors might have introduced is that think about the service providers have great content rights and relationships, where our competitors are struggling to get the right content to the consumers. So service providers, when they take the power of their network, their content rights that they have, the broadcast content, the on-demand content, and now they can integrate and ingest all the online content together, we think this is the most complete solution that we can bring to the market.
You're talking cell phones also, correct?
Yes.
You mentioned tablets.
Absolutely.
They would be the point of contact for you, but who's going to carry the last,
Sure.
whatever that is, from Comcast to my phone, because I know my phone company's not giving you free bandwidth.
Yes. What companies like service providers would do is to say, well, when you take your content on the go, you're now working with, they're investing in big service provider CDN networks, right? These content distribution networks. So their investments there will carry that experience across to different endpoints and deliver it. So the issue of caps doesn't become a centerpiece. And at some point we'll have to see how this plays out. But what service providers are envisioning today is that there's a mechanism with the right investments around the CDN infrastructure as well as the devices in the system that we can deliver it very effectively. This is really about a system play, and in the partnerships we're bringing is, when you think about the service providers we're working with, these are the service providers who have mobile arms, right? They're delivering it both wired and wireless services, right? And when you think about how they're delivering it, they're assuming the soft client we introduced, the Videoscape soft client. That Videoscape soft client can run on these mobile devices and over broadband connections, right? So it's not that you need to be able to what we envision is that the service providers would have relationships with many of these device manufacturers, which they do already for their mobile services. So what we would see is the Videoscape soft client be loaded on these mobile devices, whether it's an Android-based tablets, whether it's Apple-based tablets, or whether it's your smartphones and your TVs, connected TVs. We expect that the Videoscape solution will offer mobile extensions to this, right? And especially as we showed with tablets and connected devices. So for mobile operators, and wireline operators, so we expect them to be able to give this as an add-on service. right on top of their wired service and to extend it as part of their mobile packages that they deliver to the consumers.
All right, and this obviously isn't a consumer product.
No. So what we would see is that this is a product that consumers are going to interact with, and but their go-to-market and will be through service providers. This is not a device-based story. What Cisco Videoscape is the relationship between the cloud, the network, and the clients working together to deliver this experience. So when you think about all the great gadgets you're seeing in CES this year, it's not a device specific. It's a platform independent story. And the way that it becomes platform independent is by leveraging the cloud and the network to seamlessly deliver that experience for consumers. The industry has been talking about this as IP video. The ability to bring IP and web-based applications and IP web-based protocols natively and deliver great consumer experiences for the next generation of television.